Hey everyone, welcome to Kevin's channel. Now, as you may all know, there's a Fortnite live event coming, and it's probably going to be the biggest event we've ever seen. And yes, I do think the 7 will return in the event. The Imagine Order, I'd say they probably return in the event. I don't know if they're going to return, they could return the chapter, but I'm just going to say they'll probably return in the event. However, this Samjam guy has an interesting theory on the matter that I'd like to debunk some of his claims. Now, this is not a hate video. I do not hate Samjam, not at all. I'm just here to debunk anything he got wrong in this video, which I feel like he's intentionally lying in this video, but no matter what, let's just start the video.
When you spoke with Ageless, he would tell you,
I want to create an organization with perfect order, where everyone follows my order, and those who disobey will have a dark future.
That's right, he's basically describing the Imagine Order.
I don't think he ever actually said that in game. I mean, at least the Ageless didn't. I mean, of course Geno wanted to create a world of perfect order, and the Ageless is a snapshot of Geno, so it's not unreasonable to assume that the Ageless does too, but I don't think it's ever stated in game that the Ageless wants to. In fact, I think that entire voice line is just made up. In fact, you couldn't even speak of the Ageless. He was a boss. You could speak of Stellan, but the Ageless was a boss. All you could do is fight him. So where the fuck did that voice line even come from?
What we do see is reality warriors sabotaging Ageless' huge plan to bring the dark presence to Fortnite.
Okay, first off, it wasn't the Ageless' plan to build the Riftgate. As shown by this clip,
I long to tell the champion the truth of the Shapeless Man, but I cannot.
It's confirmed that the Ageless didn't even know about the Shapeless Man's existence. And also, it was never confirmed that the Dark Presence from Chapter 6 is the Shapeless Man from Chapter 4. I mean, I guess you could theorize that that's true, but assuming the Kraken from the Season 4 live event is the Dark Presence, then he can't be the Shapeless Man because the Shapeless Man is, well, a shapeless man. And the Dark Presence clearly has a shape. Even if that Kraken isn't the Dark Presence was never stated to have no shape. So, what are you talking about? Also, what do you mean the Reality Warriors sabotaged the Riftgate? There was nothing in the game that states that the Reality Warriors were the ones to sabotage. In fact, the most likely candidates for who sabotaged it are probably Triac Nox, Evie, and Amy. Evie to bring Mega City, Amy to find the 7, and Nox for my own theory that the Shapeless Man actually wanted the Riftgate to fail. Now, I'm not saying that's true, I'm just saying that's my theory. But there's nothing that states the Reality Warriors were the ones to sabotage the Riftgate. So, what are you talking about?
That's right, we believe Chapter 6 isn't the very first time has tried to come to Fortnite.
What do you mean by we? You're the first person I've seen who thinks the Shapeless Man and the Dark Presence are the same person. Except for anybody who thinks that the Shapeless Man is both the Nothing and the Dark Presence, or the Shapeless Man is both Geno and the Dark Presence. But even then, that's only technically. I've never heard anyone specifically state that they think the Shapeless Man and the Dark Presence are the same person other than you. So, who's we?
We know this because we spoke with this character called Stellan, and he tells us that Ageless Champion has told him to construct some kind of rift portal. I mean, just listen to this.
Hail and well met. I'm Stellan, the Rift Warden to the Oathbound. My task, set by the Ageless Champion, is to create a stable Riftgate, a bridge to new realities. Your refined kinetic ore is the key.
That's right, same sort of portals that we had in Chapter 6.
I don't really think I consider the Riftgate and the Spirit Realm portals the same. I mean, they're similar, don't get me wrong, but they're not the exact same.
This
One has been mined mining this raw ore and using it as a fuel source. But the rocks we just dropped off have been refined somehow. They're hundreds of times more powerful. That kinetic ore wasn't on our old island, but here it's in the fuel, weapons, items, everything.
Now this rock is obviously extremely powerful. Ageless Champion has been mining these rocks and using them, like Amy explained to us, in everything, weapons, vehicles. Now what if Geno created the 0 point using these kinetic ores? Because we don't really know how the 0 point came to be. We just knew that the 0 point was under the control of Imagined Order. Maybe Geno created it and used its power to become extremely powerful.
Okay, this guy has clearly not read the comics. In fact, I think the comic said that the 0 point was created in the Big Bang that created the entire Omniverse. That, or the 0 point created the Big Bang that created the entire Fortnite Omniverse. But regardless, Geno did not create the 0 point. If anything, I'd say the 0 point created Geno, as Geno technically comes from the Omniverse, which the 0 point created. So if anything, the 0 point created Geno, not the other way around. Granted, Geno did figure out how to control the 0 point, but he didn't create it. He just figured out how to control it.
Now let's go back to the Dark Presence. How do we know the Dark Presence was the one who's making the Ageless Champion build this rift portal? Well, we heard this information from Stallon. Listen to this.
I will choose to trust you with a secret I have never told. There is a being. He watches us with dark purpose. If we do not finish the rift gate, the consequences will be terrible.
He says that there is a being on the other side of that portal, and he wants the Ageless Champion and Stallon to construct this portal gate, or else things will be extremely dark.
Okay, remember I said he was lying in this video? This is what I was talking about. He just flat out cut a part of the voice line. Here's the original voice line.
There is a being, a shapeless man. He watches us with dark purpose.
As you could clearly hear there, Stellan said there was a shapeless man. Not a man, not a being, a shapeless man. Well, I guess he did say a being, but he said it's a shapeless man. And I imagine Samjam probably cut out that part, because he knows that would debunk his theory, because, well, the Dark Presence is not shapeless. So, Samjam, why are you lying?
Now, the only thing that confuses me is that why would Ageless Champion want to build this rift portal for this mysterious Dark Presence?
Samjam, the Ageless didn't know the shapeless man was coming through the rift gate. He probably just built the rift gate so he could go home. Stellan confirmed that we are the only ones he told about the shapeless man. He didn't even tell the Ageless about the shapeless man, and he confirms this twice, saying he longs to tell the Ageless about the shapeless man, but he can't. The Ageless literally doesn't know the shapeless man exists. So, why is this even a question?
Now, there are a bunch of theories out there suggesting the Dark Presence is in fact the original Geno. And since he was extremely powerful, who has the ability to piece himself back together, maybe he shape-shifted into this giant creature that we saw during the event.
I highly doubt that, because look at the comic panel where he was actually piecing himself back together. Looks like he's piecing himself back to his original form, not that giant kraken creature from the event.
That's right, using the rocks, she creates this mini portal. She locates the Seven and tells us that they're going through the darkest fate imaginable, and they are all different now. And straight after this, Amy constructs a robotic body and goes through the rift portal to save the Seven. And she says she will only return if she manages to save them all.
She did not say that. I mean, yes, she did go into a rift gate to find the Seven, but she never said she was trying to save them all. She seemed most interested in the scientist. Honestly, I probably wouldn't be surprised if she comes back having only saved the scientist and no one else. Although then again, the visitor is free, I've seen this in Fortnite OG, so maybe the visitor will save the rest. I don't know. Regardless, you are wrong, Samjam. Anyways, that's all for this video. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Also, shout out to Lejo and NF Assist for the Stellan voice lines. The link to their original videos will be in the description below. But other than that, that's all for me. See you in the next video.